Okay, this is your multiplying polynomials notes number 1. So your objective is I can multiply polynomials. So we're going to multiply polynomials today. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to remember some exponent rules that you would have learned last year in 8th grade. If you don't remember, that's okay. Remember, product rule looks like this. X to the m times x to the n. So if you have the same base, okay, so if you have the same base, so in this case it's x and x. If you have the same base, your base stays the same, but you add your exponents. So for example, if I have x to the third times x to the second, this becomes x to the 3 plus 2. Okay, x to the 3 plus 2. Flip this around really quick. Okay, x to the 3 plus 2. All right, now let's look here. Remember, if there is not an exponent written, you assume that it is a what? Hopefully we remember, we assume that it is a 1. So this is like saying x to the first, parenthesis, x to the first plus 4. So all we're going to do is we're just going to distribute. Well, x times x, so x to the first times x to the first, same base, add your exponents. That becomes x squared. And x to the first times 4 just becomes 4x. Okay? Let's try the next one. Multiply our coefficients first. So 5 times 3, so that's 15. I'm going to distribute. So m cubed times m squared. Same base, add my exponents. M to the 5th. 5, now the coefficient here is -1, so it's -5. M cubed times m is m to the 4th. And then 5m cubed times -7 is -35m cubed. -35m cubed. Now, be careful. You're going to want your answers in standard form. It's going to make things a little bit easier or not as easy, depending if you're going to stuck with that. Most of you are really good at that now, so it's fine. So we're going to do a couple more examples, and then I'll let you move on. All right, so distribute again. So k times k, that's k squared, and k times -9 is -9k. Distribute 9a times a, so the 9 comes down. A times a is a squared. 9a times 1, so 9 times 1 is 9, and the a comes down. Same next one. Distribute. -4 times 2, so it's -8. G squared times g is g to the third. -4g squared times 7, -4 times 7, that's -28g squared. Again, let's distribute again. Boom, boom. -3 times 1, so it's just -3. N times n squared is n cubed. -3n times -2n. -3 times -2. Put it in decimals. Put in your calculator. Don't make a silly mistake. That's 6. N times n is n squared. And then -3n times 8. So -3 times 8 is -24. And bring down the n. Okay. Let's try 6. I'm going to distribute here. P squared q cubed times p to the 5th q squared. So p squared times p to the 5th. Add my exponents. That's p to the 7th. q cubed times q squared, that's q to the 5th. I'll distribute. That negative sign's got to come down because it's like 1 times -1, so it's -1. P squared times p is p cubed. Q cubed times q is q to the 4th. So hopefully you're getting the hang of it when you're just distributing. Now these next couple we're going to distribute, and we're going to have to put in standard form and combine like terms. So let's distribute first. So negative 2x times 3x. So negative 2 times 3, so it's negative 6. X times x is x squared. And then negative 2x times negative 4, so negative 2 times 4 is positive 8. Bring the x down. Now that 7x is not in the parentheses, so just bring it down. Now you want your answers in standard form. So we're looking for largest exponent, so that would be here. So negative 6x squared. These both have just x's, so I add them, so plus 15x. There's my answer. Let's try another one. Distribute first. 5w times negative 7w. 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. W times w is w squared. 5w times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. W comes down. Negative 2w times 13, so that's negative 26w. And negative 2w times 9w squared. Negative 2 times negative 9 is positive 18. W times w squared is w cubed. Now be careful. Again, we want it in standard form. My largest exponent here is cubed, so this is going to be 18w cubed minus 35w squared minus 11w. So that is how we are going to distribute and combine like terms and multiply polynomials day 1.